Welcome back to another episode of BC Life. Today is actually New Year's Eve. Um, we actually drove out to New Jersey today, Silver Santa and I. We both bought some silver from a guy that we met on Craigslist. Um, this is some of the stuff we bought. I know my dad bought some of the silver dollars. We already checked those in the books. We had no replacements on those. But this is some of the stuff I bought. We're going to go ahead and check this stuff in the books. I know some of this stuff's going to be new for our books. We also got some stuff that could potentially replace. I know the 27S and 27D we definitely do not have. And then we have a bag of Standing Liberty quarters here. I actually picked these up for silver value. And I do know there's some mint marks and some different stuff like that in here. It's going to be kind of interesting to go through this. We'll go through it together then. We're going to start with the barber quarters since we have less of those. We're going to check them in the books together. The first one we have is an 1892 barber quarter. No mint mark. Now, it looks like 1892 is one that we do not have yet. So we're going to go ahead and put this one in the book. Here it is in the book. Our next one is a 1902S. Once again, this is going to be another new coin for the book. We'll go ahead and pop this one in. It's in there now. One of the things with these real slick coins like this, one of the problems we have with this album is the coins actually kind of fall out and will end up between the paper and the cardboard here. So we have to be kind of careful when turning pages with some of the slick coins. But some of the coins that are better, like this 1903 here, where they have partial to full liberties, and they got the nice edges in that, they stay in the book pretty well. I know with the coin folders as well as the coin albums, it doesn't matter what you're buying. The coin flips, or the coin folders and the coin albums, these coins are just usually pretty loose in once they're so worn. And now the Standing Liberty book that I have, I don't have that issue with, but at the same point, I'm not really putting slicked out quarters in my Standing Liberty book. Once they get so slick, the dates usually wear off on those. Well, my next coin that I have here is a 1909. Overall, it's a pretty coin, but it's not anything that grades out at any high, like majorly high grades. Gotta be careful when turning this page. Got a lot of slicker quarters. Here's the 1909 that we have in the book. There's the 1909 we just bought. Now I know up here it looks a little nicer. Right here in the date area it also looks nicer. Doesn't look like either of them's a partial liberty or anything. I'm actually going to flip onto the reverse side. See if that makes any difference. Right there's the reverse of the one in the book. Here's the one we just bought. You can see the word dollars a little better. Overall you can see more of the motto here in the banner. I'm going to say this is a better grade here. So we're going to go ahead and pop this out and replace it. There's the new one in the book. I have the old one setting aside right here. So we'll move on to the next one. The next one is going to be the 1915. We're going to go ahead and look at the one in the book. I want to turn the page again. Got to be careful. Some of these quarters are a little slicker. Here's the one that's in our book. Here's the one we just bought. Let's see if I can get them side by side. Now when you're looking at Lady Liberty's mouth, it looks a little nicer on the coin we just bought. Also, when you're looking at the back side of the nose here, it looks like there's a little bit more detail on that. We're going to go ahead and look at the reverse of this coin in the book and in the flip. Right here's the one in the book. Here's the one we just bought. Looks like there's more detail on the feathers on the one we just bought than on this one. Also looks like I can make out a little bit more of the wording on this one than what I can on this one. Right in there. And edges look a little smoother in some of the areas on the older coin that we have in here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this out. I think this one's also going to replace in the book. So far every quarter we've checked it in the book here has replaced or been a new coin. There we are, we got the new 1915 in the book. The old one is sitting right here. The next one we got is a 1915S. The S mint mark is right there under the tail. It's not very, it's not the easiest to see, but it is there. And as you can see, we don't have the 15S, so this is going to make it into the book. There we are, now we got the 1915S in place. And the last one is a 1916D. You can see a little bit of the Liberty in the crown there. It's obviously not going to replace the book, though. Yeah, I don't think you can get much better than the one we got in the book. I can't remember where we got this one. But, yeah. I didn't remember offhand how this one looked. But, either way. Never hurts to have more silver. I'm happy. We'll go ahead and move on to the Standing Liberty quarters then. Okay. First one is going to be the 1923. See if I can get a good focus on this. And obviously I can make out that 3, but they didn't make a 1913 because the first year was 1916. And they didn't make a 1933 because the last year was 1930. So this is going to definitely be a 23. I can't actually see the 2 on here. I'm not sure if you can pick up that 2 on camera. But we got ourselves a 1923 Standing Liberty quarter here. As you can see, we didn't have that one in the book. We're going to go ahead and pop that out and put it in. And there's our 1923 inserted into the book. The next coin we have is the 27D. You can see the Denver mint mark is actually right here by our foot. It's a little tiny D. I can make it out pretty good on the camera. I don't know how good this is going to be once it's uploaded, but as far as right now goes, I can make out the detail pretty good. And I know the 27D and the 27S we don't have yet. I also picked up the 27S once again. You can see that mint mark right here by the feet. Let me go ahead and put that down. See if we can get a good focus on it. There we are. Beautiful coin. Let's go ahead and pop those in the book. Here they are in the book. Get the 27D. And you get the 27S. And now the very last page in this book is complete. And I also got like filler coins in here too, just for those last couple holes. Like I got this 1920 I picked up one time. This one's got like a little hole in it. Other than that, it's a very beautiful coin. It doesn't replace the one in the book. It actually grades up a little better than the 1920 we have in the book. Right here's the 1920 that we have in place. It's got some rainbow toning across the top here. Very beautiful. That's the back side of it. You got a little bit of toning going on with the back side. Next thing we're actually going to get into is this bag of quarters here. The bag of quarters, I ended up picking up all these silver quarters here for face value, and they are all full dates. So this is awesome. I see a 1924 right here where my thumb is. A lot of times when I buy Standing Liberty quarters, I don't get any mint marks in them when I'm buying them at silver value, and everything's usually 25 and nowhere. To see to see 24s in here, and I was kind of skimming through and I saw some mint marks. Like right here you have a mint mark. I think it's a 29 Denver. That's always great to see. Well, we're going to go ahead and dump these out on the table. We'll go throw them together here. The first one we got here is a 1929. The second one we got is a 1926. We got a 1930S. The 1930S are actually less than 2 million of these minted. So I'm actually going to stick this one aside. We got a 1925. It looks like there's no mint mark on this. This one is a 1924. I don't know how well it's showing up on the camera here, but it is a 1924. And I don't really get these too often. So that is nice. I'm probably going to put that in a flip. So that if I put it with junk silver or whatever, I don't want to get it in the I don't want the date getting any more worn than what it is. It is barely readable as it is. We got a 1928D. Now the 1928D is another coin where the mintage is less than 2 million on this. Like I said, I don't get a lot of the mint marks when I buy the Standing Liberty quarters for silver value. Usually there's a little bit of a premium for the mint marks. I got a 1925 here. I got a 1929D. The 29D again is less than 2 million, so another good one to lay aside. We got a 1926. Here we have a 1927. We have another 1927, slightly worse condition 27, but it is a 27. Here's a 1929. We got a 1925. We got another 29 Denver. And again, these are less than 2 million minted, so God, this is another good coin right here for sure. That's less than 2 million minute on that. We got a 27 Denver. This is actually less than a million, so this one's even better. 976,000 minute on this. So, yeah. That's great. That's great news. We got a 1925. Well, we got a few 1925s now. This is a real pretty looking 1927 here. You still have a lot of the chains around the edge. You can see a lot of the stars in the shield there. Beautiful coin. We got a 1925. We got another 1929. Here's a 1930. Looks like it's yet again something that was rusty. I don't really mind that too much. I would paid silver value, and it actually just gives the coin some character. Got another 1927. Got another 1925. We got a 1926S, which is really nice. This is less than 3 million minted. It's not as rare as some of the other coins we have here, but it is a mint mark. Again, like I said, I don't get too many of the mint marks for silver value. Okay, we got a 1927. Another 1925. Got another 1929 here. And another 25. Got a 1930. Got another 27. Here's another 24. The date is easier to see on this 24, which is great. I love that. So that's the better of the two 1924s we have so far. We got a 1930. We got a 29 Denver. Less than 2 million minute on these. We have a total of 3 of these so far. It's nice. Got another 29. We got a 1926 here. We got a 1930. This appears to have been cleaned with some kind of acid or something. You can see a good bit of pitting. I'm not sure if that... you can see it pretty good on the camera even. And it also looks like the coin was dropped or something right here where my thumb is. It looks like it's got a pretty good ding in it. Overall, it has a date though. And I paid only silver on this. I'm happy to have it. Oh, heck. We even got another 1924. This is our third 1924 out of that bag. Usually anything 24 and back, the dates are usually pretty slick. If they're not slick, slicked off completely, there's usually a little bit of a premium on this. Got another 1926. And another 1924. Man, this is good. I wasn't expecting to do this good on this bag. We got a 1928. We got a second 1928. A 1927. Yet another 1924. We got a 1926. And last but not least, another 1926. We ended up with a total of 5 1924s. I don't get these ones too often. We got a 26S, which is less than 3 million, which isn't too bad. As far as the common date ones go, 1925, we ended up with 8 1925s. We ended up with 6 1926s. We ended up with 7 1927s. We got 2 1928s. We ended up with 5 1929s. And we ended up with 4 1930s. One was cleaned and one's got that rust stain, but that's not bad because we also ended up getting the 27D, which has less than 1 million minted. That is the best find so far out of that whole thing. Anything that has a mintage less than 1 million, that's a good find. We got a 28D, which is less than 2 million minted. We got 3 1929Ds, once again, less than 2 million minted. And we got 1 1930S, which is also less than 2 million minted. So, I'm going to go ahead and check this stuff in the book. I'll let y'all know if anything looks like it's going to replace. Okay, everybody, we're on our last of the coins here. All I found in those coins that looks like it's actually going to replace is that 29 Denver. You can actually make out the star next to the Denver mint mark still. A little better than what you can on this coin. Also, the wear on this coin goes right up to the date, to where right here you can still see some of the brim. The same goes right around Lady Liberty's head. You can see where the edge of the coin wore toward her head and the edge of the lettering. To where on this one it's a little more crisp. And you can see trust and in God we trust a little better. And it looks like we got a little bit more of the chains around the edge of the coin present. And then when it comes to the reverse of the coin, here's the reverse of the coin here. You have a ding right here on the one that's in the book. Hold up. The lettering on States also looks like it's a little bit more worn down than on this one. Overall, this one here looks like the better example, so this is actually a coin that's going to get replaced, which isn't bad for junk silver. And there we go, that 1929 Denver's in place. You can see that star a little better, and it's not as worn out to the date now. So overall, we're improving this book.